All right, there we go. Hello, world. My name is Don, and you're watching Showcase for the week ending Sunday, November 13th, 2022. Stop the presses. This is our Sunday show, and that means weird headlines and your live chat comments. With me tonight, once again, is my very good friend and colleague, Mr. Kaiko. How we doing tonight?
I'm great. Living. Me here.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Once again, rocking the new set that was introduced this past Friday. Good to see that seems to be working out really well for you.
Yeah. I want people to notice the little things I add to it from time to time.
Okay. Yeah. So what have you added tonight?
Nothing. I add nothing. So
you're still
right.
playing with the bubble wrap on it.
Right. You know what I'm saying? I got little trinkets I need to unpack and whatnot. So
all right, cool.
Things on Amazon that need to be ordered, stuff, things of information.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to start seeing some of the fruits of that labor rolling out really soon. Can't wait to see what you're going to add to that in the near future.
Right, and then Pop's chiming in tonight too. So we got a third spectator on the good news.
Is that Kaiko's dad? Can he hear me right now? Hello.
Yes.
Hey, been a while.
Good to be on.
Yes, good to hear you too. This is everybody. This is the voice of Ash, Kaiko's dad, who's joining us right now via audio only. He doesn't have a camera on his end, but he can see everything that we're doing, and obviously we can communicate that way. So awesome. I guess let's go ahead and get rolling. Thank you both for participating with the show tonight, and thank you at home for joining us as well, live on Weekend Showcase on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Don't forget to smash that like button and subscription bell. And as always, if you're with us live, drop us a line in the live chat, and we just might read it off live on the air. One quick program note before we begin, though. I want to call attention to the live chat again because we're trying a different thing tonight. There is a special limitation that has been imposed for the chat. Subscribers only mode is what it's called. So this is to try to eliminate the weird sort of spam bots that have been popping up in our live chat feed occasionally. So apparently it's being set up to where you have to have been a subscriber for 5 minutes in order to post a chat. A lot of you are already subscribed anyway, so that's not going to affect anybody. But if you haven't subscribed yet and you're watching us for the first time, welcome. Please subscribe, hit the bell, and then like in a couple minutes or a few minutes or so, you'll be able to live chat with us. So bear with us. We're trying to figure out that. Sorry, say again?
Don't forget to like.
And like and subscribe, not necessarily in that order, but be sure to do both. Anyway, all right, so let's go ahead and get rolling with the first order of business here today, which let me go ahead and set up our screen. There we go. First order of business comes to us from CNN Travel. Gun hidden in a raw chicken found at Florida TSA checkpoint.
Wow. So
there's your headline.
That should have been a good spot. That's what the guy said when he put the gun in there. He said he looked at everybody. He said it was supposed to be a good spot. Like it should have worked, but it didn't.
I mean, it's unlikely. It's very unlikely. I will say that. Let's see. This is. I guess that's it. Like in the middle of the chicken, wrapped in a plastic bag. It looks like.
Wow, I don't know how they got that. I really don't know how they got that because that's a good spot.
Yeah, but first of all, I would say the chicken is a red flag. I mean, why would you
have
a? Who's trying to go through the TSA with raw chicken? Like, where
come on.
I think that's what gave it away. That's really what happened because the detective didn't find it. They was like, nah, why you got this?
So now
unless this is one of those situations where like that's one of the first class benefits or something, you can do your own cooking in the plane, so you had to bring your own chicken.
Right.
I don't know.
A whole
like that's
chicken.
I can't think of. I mean, weapon smuggling, lordy. A gun found inside a raw chicken at an airport security checkpoint has the TSA calling personal foul. Okay, look, it's way too early for dad jokes. We just started the show. Anyway. The plot chickens. Darn it, TSA! The Transportation Security Administration posted this week on Instagram after someone at the agency put on their punny pants. Oh my God. This is going to be like this all night. And called attention to the base of time. You know what? I'm skipping this part. Nestor Iglesias, a spokesperson for Homeland Security Investigations, the investigative arm of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, said he could not offer additional details because it is an ongoing criminal case which has been accepted for prosecution. A A record number of guns have arrived at TSA checkpoints in Florida in 2022. Passengers have brought more than 700 guns to checkpoints at airports in the state so far this year, a year-to-date number that already surpasses any previous year, according to a TSA news release. Nearly all of the guns discovered at checkpoints were loaded, according to the TSA, and most had ammunition chambered. Wow. Wow. Like that. So apparently this is a more widespread, this sort of thing is a more widespread issue than previously thought. Go ahead, Kaiko.
Well, I mean, you know, it happens, but here's the thing. It's like if it's loaded and ready to go, perhaps all these people were trying to do stuff on the plane. Why they bringing it? It wasn't even just to get it from point A to point B. They was trying to do something in the middle of that.
In which case, doubly thank you TSA for nabbing this in the
right, exactly.
Something horrible happened.
You know, I mean, I'm all for, you know, them stopping weapons from going through the airport. Like that's not cool. I want to feel safe at the airport. It's already enough that you taking me miles up in the air, and I'm and you know, something could happen in the plane, let alone this, you know what I'm saying? So,
but hey, man, I can't get past the chicken. Listen, I would strongly encourage anybody who wants to sneak a gun on the plane, put it in a chicken. You know why?
No, don't say that. We don't.
Listen.
We do not condone.
You're gonna get caught. You're gonna get caught anyway because listen, the dogs are gonna snip that chicken out first thing. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is, listen, if they're that dumb to want to bring a gun on the plane, put it in a chicken. Put it in a chicken. Put it in a chicken.
Go ahead and put it in a chicken.
Don't put it in anything. Don't bring it. These are not.
Right.
No, don't bring it. But if you're that dumb.
The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect that of Weekend Showcase.
Right.
I want to make that abundantly clear.
The funny thing is the chicken. I'm saying that you're going to put in a chicken, you want to get caught. Bottom line.
Please don't smuggle anything onto anywhere.
Right.
Anyway, you know. Moving on. Oh my God. All right, moving on. Next topic comes to us from dailyrecord.co.uk. World's tallest woman flies abroad for first time as 6 seats removed to fit her.
Wow.
Well,
so let's keep reading to see.
At least there's a segue. We just got done talking about airline stuff, but yeah.
I'm saying let's now find out if she had to buy 6 seats.
Well, let's see.
Let's find out.
Let's find out.
The world's tallest woman was given the opportunity to fly on an airplane for the first time in her life after Turkish airline staff moved 6 seats to make way for her. Rumisa Gelgi, I don't know if it's Gelgi or Gelgi, I apologize if I'm pronouncing that wrong, who has held the Guinness World Record since 2014 for her 7-foot height, excitedly boarded the 13-hour flight on Turkey's flag carrier airline. The 25-year-old usually transports around with her wheelchair as she suffers from a rare genetic disorder called Weaver syndrome, which causes rapid growth. Never heard of that before. The Turkish world record holder flew from Istanbul to San Francisco in the U.S. thanks to her native airline, which removed 6 plane seats and disposed of them in a stretcher to accommodate Rumisa's unusual length. Okay.
So wait a minute. How does...
Wow. Yep, that's tall. That's very tall. You have to duck under the frame of the door.
Yeah. Basically. Wow. But what did 6 seats do to that?
Yeah, how does that help with the height? I don't get that.
That's a small
I guess
thing.
the leg room, I guess.
Leg room? Boy,
yeah, you have to. I guess that's why they had to remove the seats.
Oh, leg room.
They should have just stuck her right in the middle.
And then they had to remove 6 seats, I guess, in front of her to make room. In front of and on either side for accommodations, I guess maybe.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So yep, there we go.
Can you see her? Play that video? Is that her? That's her right there.
Yeah, this is an Instagram video. This is her personal Instagram, it looks like. Yeah, this is at Rumisa Gelgi from Instagram. Let me take a look at this.
When it's feeling dark, gotta let that light show. Just watch me shine.
Sorry, this is a little loud. I guess this is just basically her showing off her spread in the in the 2023 book of Guinness Records, basically.
Oh, so she's a new record holder. She hasn't been.
No, not new. Holder. She's been in the book since 2014. The story said.
Oh, okay.
But I guess that's just she's still around. There's no 7'1" person, I guess, that Guinness has verified. So There you go. As far as why the seat, let me see here. There was a thing that I just sort of blew past here. Hang on a second.
Well, the wheelchair.
Has flown to the U.S. and will remain there for at least 6 months to further develop her technology software career and collaborate with Guinness World Records. She said she has never been so excited for the future before. Well, awesome. Kudos and congratulations. Good luck in the future. I guess that's all that we can say for that.
Right.
Ash, Kaiko, anything further?
Listen, I look at her and say, wow, how's the weather up there? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, let's not go there.
I'm just glad they're making the arrangements so she can fly and stuff like that. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
They needed her to get to San Francisco so she could appear for stuff.
It's good stuff. They're
I guess we'll be
accommodating her.
I guess we'll be reading about her in some technology journals later on down the line. Keep eyes peeled.
Right.
Anyway, let's move on. Toronto Sun has the next topic for us. Let's see. Good news for those allergic to cats. New treatment could be big help. Ash, Kaiko, do y'all know any people with cat allergies?
So,
I do. I have cat allergies, and we have cats.
Really, Ash? You have cat allergies? Why do you have a cat then?
Listen, after a while, it becomes very, very mild. So I rather deal with it and be able to be around the cats. I love cats, and a little Benadryl here and there helps. So it works.
Yeah, but you're just sort of coping with it in a way that seems, at least from the outside looking in, no disrespect, it seems kind of avoidable. Like getting used to it. I hear where you're coming from, but it's like, I don't know.
No, man, it's not avoidable. We're not getting rid of these cats.
No, man, I'd rather get rid of my allergies than get rid of the cats.
Say again, I'm sorry?
I say I would rather get rid of the allergies than get rid of the cats. I love the cats, so I'll deal with it.
Okay. Well, let's see how possible that is then. This item was first published in the Toronto Sun 5 days ago. Let's see. Try to scroll down a little bit here. Oh, darn it. Come on.
But it seems like they have a solution. So
yeah, this thing is in my way. Hang on one second. Let me try to get this out of here. There we go. Here we are. Scientists at UCLA say they've tested a new form of treatment that might allow people to tolerate symptoms of cat allergies. The research team, led by Dr. John Corin, tested their experimental shot on 121 adult patients aged 18 to 65, all of whom had a history of cat allergies, which can include itchy throats, sneezing, and other reactions. The team aimed to stop the reactions by using an antibody that they claim can block the cells from signaling the body's immune system to react to cats. After a year, researchers found that those who received a combined therapy of the antibody oh my goodness. I'm sorry, everybody. I have to try to pronounce this. Tezepelumab? Gesundheit, I guess, is what I have to say to that. I don't know. That luckily that's not somebody's name, so I don't have to apologize to the drug. But that's the best I can say to pronounce that. A combined therapy of the antibody tezepelumab and regular cat allergy shots had maintained a resistance against allergic reactions. Cowboy E on YouTube commenting, "Cats are gods." What? I mean, I think that's in ancient Egypt. I think.
Yeah, they're worshipped as deities.
Right.
I
think we're a bit removed from that, but I hear like it's hey, if you're a cat person, you're a cat person, I guess. No.
But what is a cat to Alf?
What is? I'm sorry. Say again.
I said, what is a cat to Alf?
The cat's health?
To Alf. Alf eats cats.
You said owls eat cats?
Alf. You don't know who Alf is?
Alf. ALF. Alien life form, I think
I'm saying, what are cats to Alf? You saying cats are gods, so what are cats to Alf?
See, you gotta understand. Like, I don't really remember like that show from the 80s. I know what you're talking about, but it took me a minute to sort of connect the two, basically.
But that's the only thing I know about Alf. That's the only thing I know about Alf.
He used to eat cats. Yeah. He was this puppet character. So for Gen Zers, Alf was this puppet character who had a sitcom in the late 80s, and he was known for eating cats. There you go. That's all I need to say.
Right. So that's the origin of the joke.
Pretty much. All right. So this is okay. So Anthony Fauci, that name looks familiar. Director of NIH, da da da. We know who he is. Said, "quote People with chronic allergy symptoms may suffer from reduced productivity and quality of life. Developing allergen immunotherapy regimens that work better and more quickly than those currently available would provide much needed relief for many people." End quote. Yeah, that's pretty obvious. Nothing else on this, it seems. So, all right, I guess that's basically what it is. Tezepelumab, I guess, is the drug in question that they're testing here, and it looks like that this thing has a real sort of chance here. So, I guess that's what to sort of watch out for if you're looking to find some alternative, I guess, hope against cat allergies, depending on how bad it is. I guess this is something to watch for in the news. I guess I don't know. Don't take that as medical advice. I want to make that abundantly clear. We're just reading the headlines. Ms. D says, cats are great fun. I agree. I'm actually generally more of a cat person, but go ahead, Kaiko.
No, I said they're the best.
Yeah. Except to dog people. Right. You have to draw the distinction, I guess, in that sense. I have a dog currently, so like I'm kind of like of both minds here. So
cats are better than dogs.
Okay. Before we go away from this, then, why are cats better than dogs?
Because listen, they can fall off the Empire State Building and fall on their feet and walk away.
That sounds extremely hyperbolic.
I mean, you know, it can be, but what I'm saying is, you throw that cat gonna just land. You throw the dog gonna tumble and scream and holler and be mad at you and be hurt. The cat just gonna walk away.
Okay, how about this? I don't care what TikTok challenge is trending. Let's not throw pets off.
Let's not throw cats.
How about that?
let's all take that away from that. Don't throw cats.
Let's just swipe left on that whole idea.
Right.
And move on to the next item on the docket. Thanks so much for tuning into Weekend Showcase. Those of you who are watching along with us live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter, don't forget to smash that like button and notification bell. And we have our comments feed running right now in real time. If you've subscribed to us for at least 5 minutes, you can send us a live chat and you can have your feedback submitted in real time, and you might have your comments read off and reacted to live on the show, like Brain Spaz here. No throwing animals! Exclamation! Yeah. Exclamation! Exclamation!
Right. Agreed.
Definitely agreed there. Let's see. Next item on the docket comes from ndtv.com. This virtual reality headset kills the player if they die in the game. What is this? Get this out of here. Come on. All right.
What in the Resident Evil Sword Art Online is going on right now?
So the byline, the headline underneath says, the headset that bombards the player's brain with extraordinarily powerful microwaves if they die in a VR game.
Nah, man.
That's gotta be.
What?
No, man.
Oh, like, my goodness. Okay.
That's a joke.
That's a joke? It has to be a joke. They couldn't have made that.
And yet it's here, and yet we're reading about it. Like, this popped up in our news researchers process, and it found its way into this show. So wow. I don't know. An American entrepreneur has taken a page out of Hollywood science fiction movies. Oh, the story is sourced to New Delhi, I guess. Has taken a page out of Hollywood science fiction movies and claims to have created a game where the player dies if they are unable to complete the game. Palmer Luckey, who is known as the father of modern virtual reality, has created a headset that bombards the player's brain with extraordinarily powerful microwaves if they die in a VR game. In a blog post, Mr. Luckey said that the headset nerve gear perfectly recreates reality using a direct neural interface. The device has 3 explosive charge modules right above the viewing screen. These charges are aimed directly at the user's brain and are capable of killing them instantly, claims the maker. Mr. Luckey said, pumped up graphics might make a game look more real, but only the threat of serious consequences can make a game feel real to you and every other person in the game, end quote. What in the Matrix is this guy smoking? Is what I can say to that. This is this is a picture. This is what it looks like, I guess. And there's your Buster Sword, I guess, controller to use it. And I guess those 3 rods are the explosive charges that it's talking about here that blast the radiation directly into the cranium. But why? is the brain spaz with the YouTube comment saying, "What the can that be legal? Microwaves the player's brain."
But
I mean,
I don't think he's tested it, so I don't think you know what he's talking about because he couldn't have tested it.
You only
well,
get one shot at the test.
He couldn't have tested it.
exactly. Not it. I'm too chicken to try this. Desert Kingdom. Hey, Desert Kingdom, been a while. What? Nah, bro. Just straight up.
You know how much times I've died in the first level of a game?
Right.
Yeah, that's like you can't get. There's no way to
In
expect
the first level.
Yeah. Like this is not, and clearly the expectation is to be able to play a video game that your best case scenario going to be impaled in, worst case scenario decapitated. So what does this do in terms of the sensory feedback, the visual sensory feedback before and during the point where your brain gets nuked? I mean, it's like, what? How in the world is this a good idea to go so far in the prototyping process to do this? Let's see. This lucky person, interesting name by the way, also adds, quote, "This is an area of video game mechanics that has never been explored despite the long history of real world sports revolving around similar stakes," end quote. Gee, I wonder why this hasn't been explored before. You don't say. The headset has been built to commemorate the anime Sword Art Online, the anime which shows players put on the Nerve Gear headset, made virtual reality popular across Japan. The series antagonist, the mad scientist, traps all the players in a 100-floor dungeon in the virtual world. If they die in the game, they die in real life. So
that's what I said at the beginning. I said, what in the Resident Evil Sword Art Online is this?
Yeah, this is way too messed up. This is way too messed up. So yeah, now the story ends with a question: would you buy a headset that not only makes the virtual world seem real, but also kills you if you can't complete the game? Ash, it sounded like you had something to say on this.
I was just going to say, I don't think there's going to be a long line for testers of this game. I wouldn't want to be testing this at all. I wouldn't want to try that. That's crazy. I don't think that's possible though.
You don't get anything for winning the game. It's not even saying you get a prize for winning the game. So what are you playing it for?
Oh yeah, a little thing appears at the bottom of the headset monitor that you're looking at, and it pops up with a green thing that says "Achievement Unlocked." That's what that. Oh wait, no, I'm thinking of Xbox. Sorry.
That's it.
So wait.
All you get?
Did it say that you that it injects something in you, or how does it work? How does
it these three explosive charges is what they're called, explosive charges that hit your head with microwave that emits microwave radiation directly into your brain. Okay. Cowboy Triple E on YouTube says there's an episode of Black Mirror on Netflix that does this. LOL. I've never seen Black Mirror, honestly, but I'm not surprised. I read a lot of crazy reviews of that show, so that also doesn't console me to know that someone else has thought of this, because we're playing around with the idea of doing this in the real world. Haven't there been enough cautionary tales for this sort of thing? Technology endangering our lives in increasingly elaborate and intricate and permanent ways.
I mean, look, put it this way, at least he's telling you firsthand, like at least he's letting everybody know that's what it does. He didn't just put it on somebody and then it happened. And then that's what we're talking about. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, what a relief that the manufacturer gave a warning label.
Right.
I'm so relieved to know that we all know in advance that this is going to kill us. How about not killing us with this? How about that?
I mean, I'm just saying though, like at least he didn't have somebody use it and then they died, and then that's what the news report was about. And instead of it just being that this exists, you know?
I take your point. At the end of the day, if this has to exist, then all right, it's good that there's a full disclosure. However, I still stand firmly by my point of don't make it.
Right.
Why was
well, I'm saying, because what if he made it and it worked, and then he just put it on somebody, and it's like he said this is the greatest game ever, and then they do it and they die. They didn't know. He didn't tell them. At least he told them.
Spaz in the YouTube comments feed. So if you're on the verge of losing, snatch the thing off your head before you've lost. Well, that's just cheating.
I feel like it solders itself to your head. I feel like you can't take it off.
Oh no! Swipe left on all of this.
Listen, that's how Sword Art Online is. If you can't take it off, you can't get it off.
Hey, this guy's another Einstein in my view. I mean, look, Einstein created nuclear bomb. He created something that can kill. So hey, great invention, but hey, it does bad things. But you know, it's up to the user. I guess in this one.
Well, they're not going to produce this. They're not going to mass produce this.
Yeah,
They're going to kill it right now. They're going to blow this what we're looking up. They're going to blow it up.
Yeah, Ash, I'm not sure about the name reference that you put there. I'd have gotten with probably something more in the direction of Oppenheimer than Einstein with something like this, quite frankly. But anyway,
I'm just saying, you know, the nuclear power, you know, he created something that is a great power.
Comes great responsibility. So, yeah, fair enough. Brain Spaz says, can't take it off. You're under the Twilight Zone for real.
Yeah. I feel like there has to be a catch to putting it on.
Cowboy Triple E says, might be a great last game for a guy with 24 hours to live.
Yeah, but what if it takes you 30 seconds to die? You had a whole 24 hours and you died in 30 seconds. No.
So that's why so I guess he's saying like play it within the last minute that you know that you
right.
Let's get off this topic. This is getting morbid. This is really unnecessarily morbid.
Well, listen, this is an interesting thing that we're going over this. But yeah, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, let's move on. Next topic. Next topic comes to us from National Public Radio. The National Park Service wants humans to stop licking this toad.
Oh God! Listen, people. What?
You never heard of toad licking? And then people.
I've heard of it. Listen, you know where I heard it first? Guess where I heard it first? You know where I heard it first?
Let me guess. The Simpsons.
No, well, you close,
no, Family Guy. Family Guy.
I'm about to say if Simpsons did that, then that's crazy.
No. It was Family Guy. Family Guy.
It was Family Guy.
Family Guy did an episode. I think it was in season 2 about this.
Yeah,
where, it was a drug that was going around school, like Chris's high school.
Right. And then Simpsons did it after them.
I don't remember. I don't know for sure if Simpsons did it, but I know Family Guy did because that.
Okay, right. That's what I'm saying. I saw it first on Family Guy. That's why I know about it. So
yeah. If there are any Simpsons fans in the audience, like please feel free to drop us a comment and correct me on that.
Let us know that they did that. I would like to know too.
But all right, so this is the toad. Here's black and white motion sensor camera capture of the Sonoran desert toad staring into your soul at Oregon Pipe Cactus National Monument in Arizona, according to the subtext at the bottom of this image here. That is, I guess, the toad that people have been licking to the point where the Park Service has to actually issue a public statement. Stop licking toads!
What are they licking it for? I mean, why?
I guess for the psychotropic effects of the toxin that these some toads secrete these toxins that have psychotropic effects on humans.
But everybody licking the same toad.
Maybe not necessarily the same toad, but all right, hold on. Let's see. The National Park Service has added tongue contact with Sonoran desert toad amongst its various warnings for park visitors. The agency wrote on Facebook this past week, quote, as we say with most things you come across in a national park, whether it be a banana slug, unfamiliar mushroom, or a large toad with glowing eyes in the dead of night, please refrain from licking, end quote. The toad, also known as the Colorado River toad, is about 7 inches in size and carries a weak, low-pitched ribbit sound, but the creature is far from harmless. Sonoran desert toads secrete a potent toxin that can make people sick if they touch it or get the poison in their mouth. Despite the risks, some people have discovered that the toad's toxic secretions contain a powerful hallucinogen known as hallucinogenic known as 5-MeO-DMT. Okay, Kaiko, Ash, thoughts?
I just think that's disgusting. I mean, you're licking a toad. I mean, come on. I don't care what effect it gives you.
Yeah, Brain Spaz says no toad licking, no. Ugh. Yeah, definitely agree there.
I don't because here's the thing: if you touch it, then you get sick. So how are people? So how are they?
Well, if the toxin has the same sort of psychotropic effect, whether or not it's consumed or whether it's consumed orally or topically, I guess you sort of get that first buzz from contact, unless you sort of have gloves to get the highest concentration topically. But then you lick it, and then that's when you get the most the strongest sort of hit of it, I guess.
Right, but gloves.
I don't know.
But gloves is how they are picking these toads up and licking them.
I don't even know. I hesitate to even really talk about this very much farther, to be brutally honest, because this is something that apparently people are doing too much of and people should not be doing. So
so weird. That's a weird Boy, that's some weird stuff right there, boy. I say.
This is weird. We are here to talk about weird news, so I think we all knew what we were signing up for with this particular piece of YouTube content. But anyway,
I think we
yeah.
got a comment that didn't go up.
So anyone in or passing through Arizona, if you come across this usual suspect right here, do not lick the Sonoran Desert. The Sonoran Desert toad. Do not touch. Do not lick. Stay far away. There you go. And that is that's a public service announcement, I guess, on this particular subject matter. Anyway, so yeah, we're coming up to the halfway point here with our topic list tonight. Thanks so much for watching Weird News right here on Weekend Showcase, streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. And thank you for smashing that like button and notification bell. And remember, the live chat feed is running all the time. Feel free to send us a comment, and we'll be happy to include it in the conversation. But you have to already be a subscriber for the last 5 minutes. We're trying to cut down on spam and bots in the chat feed. So make sure you subscribe before you try to send us a chat. And that's all that we have for the NPR topic. Let's go ahead and move on to the next thing, which comes to us from Anthropocene magazine, or website, I guess. Yeah, magazine. Anthropocenemagazine.org. Let's see. Get this out of here. There we go. All right. Hey, it's a beaver. Damn. Get it? D-A-M. Anyway, in recent years, the beaver has enjoyed a reversal in its reputation. Once the bucktooth rodent was viewed as a fashion accessory or a pest. They were wiped out in much of North America as their pelts were turned into top hats worn by 19th century gentlemen. Wow. Seriously? Beaver pelts?
Beaver?
Ranchers and farmers cursed the surviving beavers for their tireless penchant for damming creeks and flooding low-lying areas. Today, however, beavers are increasingly hailed as ecological saviors, engineering ecosystems in ways that create more bird habitat, counter wildlife damage, and build green oases in a drying world, among other things. Now, scientists are adding another beaver benefit. Their presence can help counter stream pollution worsened by climate change. Oh, right, because of the dams that they build. Scott Fendorf, a professor of Earth System Science at Stanford, says, quote, as we're getting drier and warmer in the mountain watersheds in the American West, that should lead to water quality degradation. Yet, unbeknownst to us prior to this study, the outsized influence of beaver activity on water quality is a positive counter to climate change, end quote. All right, so basically, polluted water gets naturally filtered by beavers making dams in streams and lakes, basically. So I guess that's the takeaway from this. Cowboy Tripoli in the YouTube comment, I got that toad for sale. No, Cowboy, no, please don't do that. But anyway, we're not on the toad thing anymore. I know there's a little bit of a delay with some people, I guess, with the live chat. But anyway, back to this beaver topic. Interesting that apparently this is yet another benefit of nature, I guess, if left undisturbed and sort of tampered with by human interference, to actually help curb a lot of the damage of climate change and all the ways, and some of the ways in which human presence has sort of exacerbated that process. Whatever research you wind up coming across about how much humans have been interfering in things, how much humans have caused, and all that sort of thing. It's good that nature's still rather effective at helping to sort of fill its role to curb the damage. Kaiko, Ash, your thoughts?
Own me a beaver hat.
Why?
Yeah, the beaver, you gotta leave them alone now because they're important again, or they've always been important. We're just finding out how important they are. So stop making hats out of them.
Listen, we were given animals for resource. So, but on the same token, I don't think you should go out and kill an animal just for clothes. You see what I'm saying? If you gonna go kill a beaver for the hat, then you need to eat the beaver too and use his bones for tools. But that's not what they did. They just killed the beavers and they made them into a hat and threw away the rest of them. You see what I'm saying? That's not what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, it seems that seems profoundly wasteful and destructive.
Right.
Not necessarily in that order at that. But anyway, let me go ahead and attack this from another direction. Would either of you have a beaver as a pet, hypothetically?
Yeah.
I know that takes the beaver out of its natural habitat, which is destructive to the environment. I know we're not actually going that far with this thought process. I want to make sure
Right.
that's clear before we get
Yeah.
comments on that.
No,
But
I
just
would
as a
keep
thought
any
experiment,
animal. I'll keep any animal as a pet.
But
any
I would
animal.
do,
Any animal.
I would do it if I can leave them, if I can have them in their environment. For example, let's say you have a goat. That goat should be able to just roam around and do what it wants to do in the open.
Right.
It's still a pet. It's not inside the house.
You know,
but it's contained.
But let's go away from domestic animals though, because a goat, right, is typically found in some sort of structure. You know, you don't really. Where do you see wild goats? Where do you see wild horses? I looked up where you find wild horses.
I don't know where you get goats from in the wild.
No, you find all these animals. You find cows in the wild. You find cows and horses and goats in open fields, in like far out open fields. That's where they are. That's where they are in the wild. So I'm saying you you don't usually see them. You know, you don't usually go travel to these fields. So you'll only see these animals in some structure. So now let's go to a crocodile. You can't. That's not a domestic animal. So would I keep a crocodile as a pet?
But you just said a minute ago you would take any animal as a pet.
That's what I'm saying. So I would keep a crocodile. Yeah, if I knew that it was friendly and I could tame it, yeah, I'd keep the crocodile. I'm not scared.
You don't know that. You don't know that.
Right. No animal is tame. No animal is tame. So you know, I mean, every animal has a wild animal instinct. So you're right. You don't know, but you know. I've seen a baby play with a snake. Huh?
I'm sorry, say again?
No, I'm saying I've seen a little baby play with a snake, a python. The snake was just playing with the baby. You see what I'm saying? You know, but it was a snake. I don't trust snakes. So, you know, that made me say, well, you can keep any animal.
Yeah.
It's rare to find that animal that.
I wouldn't say any. There's some like, you know, protected species and stuff like that you can't,
Well, I mean, you know, listen, if I found an endangered species, I would take
Don't finish that sentence. I already sense what you're going to say next. We're trying not to get in trouble. Don't go there. Don't go there. Good grief. All right. See, because I should... Never mind. Let's move on. Let's move on.
But I keep a beaver. I would keep a beaver. That's my end statement on this article. I would keep a beaver.
Okay. Hopefully, hopefully not an endangered one. I guess.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know what else to sort of like take away from this particular, from that particular statement. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move on. We have 6 more topics to get through, and we're a little bit more than halfway through the hour. Let's go ahead and move on to the next topic, which is also from Anthropocene magazine. Anthropocene. I'm still not sure exactly how to pronounce that word, but whatever. So orchestrating chatter between appliances could save a surprising amount of energy. The subheader says researchers developed a clever algorithm to coordinate whole neighborhoods of air conditioners, water heaters, and heat pumps, all without comprising individual use. I don't understand what this headline is referring to in terms of orchestrating.
Right.
That seems a bit off to me. But this was published about 5 days ago from Anthropocene, I guess. Let's see.
Friction.
The way, here we are. An algorithm that enables neighborhood air conditioners to coordinate and stagger their operation could shrink peak power demand on hot days by more than 1/4, a new analysis reveals. Study team member Kevin Kircher, a mechanical engineer at Purdue, said, quote, the way they operate today, machines like air conditioners, water heaters, and heat pumps collectively cause spikes in electricity demand that can stress power lines, transformers, and other electrical infrastructure. A little communication and slightly modified control logic can significantly reduce those demand spikes, end quote. What's more, the new method saves energy without any inconvenience to users. That's different from past methods to reduce demand spikes, which usually involve top-down methods such as utilities turning off air conditioners or raising their temperature set points, leaving users to swelter. Okay, this topic is actually reading like an advocating sort of article for what's called IoT, the Internet of Things. Kaiko, Ash, I don't know if y'all are familiar with this.
Not familiar.
So IoT, the Internet of Things, basically refers to having devices around the home that are independently able to connect to the internet and receive information or instructions basically from like either the manufacturer or the user or other devices in the home. Like if you have an Alexa or something like that, kind of smart device like that, that's an example of IoT. Some manufacturers make internet connected refrigerators or washing machines and stuff like that. Those are IoT devices.
Okay.
Yeah. So I guess the question is, Ash and Kaiko, do you have, or would you have in the future, IoT based home appliances and stuff like that? To what degree would you allow IoT in your home?
I mean, I think it's a good invention. Except, I don't know if I want machines to start communicating on their own, and I don't know what they're plotting. So, I think it could be a good thing, and then it could turn out to be a bad thing.
It could be Skynet really easily. Yeah,
and I'm with him, and I know that's how it goes. But this also takes me to the point of saying that this is the future. What I expect
arguably
to see
the
this.
present. IoT already exists as a
no,
thing.
No. I'm just saying I expect for stuff to just be progressing. The energy being saved and the tech and IoT being the thing, because not everybody has IoT appliances. But what I'm saying is, I want to give it another 10 years, and there's not going to be any new house that doesn't have IoT. You see what I'm saying? In the next 10 years.
So then that almost begs the question of, like, in the interest of what you're saying, like making progress, what comes after IoT? Like when we're in a world, hypothetically, where not just your phone or your computer, but your toaster oven can directly connect to the internet.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, there are arguments to be made about how this is a positive thing. Like if you leave the house, and forget to turn your oven off, you want to be able to have an app on your phone to make sure that your house isn't burned down by the time you get home.
Right.
But Ms. D says too much AI control. Yeah, this is plus one in Ash's point.
That's way too much.
It's too much. It is. I'm saying, and we can all agree with that, but it's not going to stop, and we can't stop it. You know what I'm saying?
The only way I say is don't sign up if you're worried about that kind of stuff. Because I wouldn't want it. I would not want it.
Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't want that in my home either. Like I might use like one of those little like Google Nest or like Amazon sort of like devices, basically. But like, you're not gonna make me put the internet into my refrigerator or my washer or like toaster or stuff like that. I don't understand that at all. Like, there's no. I understand it, but I don't trust it. Go ahead, Kaiko.
Right. Yeah, no, I'm saying I feel why you wouldn't. I feel like why you wouldn't want to have it. I do. I want to have a smart house.
I mean, but listen, what about all the bad hackers that's out there?
Yeah, that's true. So, once
someone can hack into your system,
right,
and freeze you or burn you up or something. I wouldn't want that at all.
I'm glad you said that, Ash. This is a comment from Desert Kingdom on YouTube. Imagine if your kitchen appliances decided not to let you eat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, exactly. Like, imagine if like there's a locking mechanism on the door of your refrigerator, and Skynet decided today's the day. You're not eating anything.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, it's possible.
Or lock you in the house and you can't get out.
It's so possible.
That's another thing. I'm glad you brought that up, Ash. This whole thing about smart locks, I never understood that. I never understood the appeal of that. Why would you have accessibility to your home determined by something that comes into direct contact with the internet? Are you out of your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Like, seriously, like I don't understand that.
Yeah,
that's crazy stuff.
Level. I don't.
Yeah. Listen, we're old-fashioned. We like lock and key, and that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's important to understand, like, it's like there are sound and logical and important benefits to advancing AI. I get that.
Right.
All respect and props to that. Like, it's just, there's a point, though, where convenience... Okay, so my undergraduate training was in cybersecurity, and one of the big sort of takeaways was there's an inversely proportionate relationship between security and ease of use. Meaning, the more secure something is, the harder it is to use.
Mm-hmm.
And whereas the easier it is to use, the less secure it is.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing said about password strength, things like that. If the easier it is for you to remember, the easier it is for somebody else to guess, or for a computer algorithm to brute force into your account or something like that. So, like, these are things that have to be sort of factored into. You know, Kaiko, how loud is your speaker set up, by the way? Because I'm hearing echo on your end, by the way.
Yeah, an echo here. How about now?
Is it mic check, testing?
Testing?
A
No,
little bit lower, if at all possible.
All right.
Check 1 2. Is that okay? That works. That works better.
All
Can you
right.
still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Sorry about that, everybody. But back to this thing. Back to this. Yeah, it's just I don't buy the smart lock thing. You know, it's you know the benefits don't outweigh not so much the cost but the risk, just based on what we understand about the risk before
Right.
a cost has been incurred. You know, it's I don't know. What about you at home? What do you think? How would you feel about this technology? Drop us a comment in the chat feed or in the comments feed on here on YouTube or Facebook and Twitch and Twitter, and let us know what you think. Let's go ahead and move on. We got about 15 minutes left before the top of the hour. 5 topics left to go. Let's move on. Another topic from NDTV. This is a video, it looks like. Snake's dramatic fake death leaves internet in splits, called a drama queen. A defensive technique wielded by a hognose snake will leave you in splits. Well, this ought to be interesting. All right, let's see. Will this video load up? Yes, it will. No sound to it, it would seem. Oh!
You ain't never seen a snake do that.
Listen, have you ever heard the thing? Play dead? Hey, you play dead.
Yeah, man.
Play dead. That's
awesome,
what
sure, yeah. That's crazy.
Play dead.
That's nice, man. I ain't never seen that before.
And that's a good pet right there.
And see, that's why. And so that brings me back to the little girl with the snake. You see, you can snakes. They love you. You know, they do stuff like that, but they're rare.
This is like one of those things where, like, I can imagine somebody on the internet needs to put like Red Fox's voice over this snake, where he goes like, "I'm coming home, Elizabeth. I'm coming home. This is a big one. This is a big one. I'm coming home." I don't know. Like, that's exactly what this is. If this snake had biologically like evolved arms, that's exactly what it would be doing right here in this moment.
Right. Wow.
Like, that's really what you see, like, right at the end, the tongue sort of like darts out one last time before like finishing the illusion, I guess, if you want to call it that. One touch from a human finger and it's just, yeah, I'm out. Seacrest out. I'm not seriously? Wow, that's crazy. Brain spaz, falling on the floor laughing. Sorry, go ahead, Ash.
I said that's a smart snake, you know?
But it's a snake. This thing is evolved to be able to like unhinge its temporal mandibular joint and inhale a mouse whole. Like, why? Like, what kind of like? This is pointless. Is what I'm saying. Like, this is a pointless gesture. You're perfectly capable of defending yourself, you know, or attacking preemptively. You know, how was this snake sort of trained? Question mark. You know,
yeah,
it's nature.
They trained it to do it. They trained them to do that. Yeah, they. I mean, listen, it's a possibility that it could have been nature. You know, the snake just does that.
Here it is. According to Discover magazine, let's see. Apparent death, or thanatosis, as biologists refer to it, is a defense strategy used by a variety of species. Most of the times it works in their favor because predators tend to prefer live prey. Interestingly, hognose snakes, like the one we just saw, are considered some of the best pets for reptile enthusiasts. It's mainly because most varieties of hognose snakes are considered harmless to humans and are generally non-venomous. Sure, but their bite would hurt.
Yeah.
Like, that's okay. It might not kill you, but it's like, good grief. That's crazy. Talking of a similar experience of having a hognose snake as a pet, one user wrote, quote, "They're funny to play with in person. My wife and kids got a big kick out of it the first time I showed them one the dogs were trying to get. They just continue to insist they're dead despite how many times you flip them back over," end quote. Another was confused as to how playing dead works. He quipped, quote, "I still to this day don't understand how playing dead works against predation. Like, if I'm trying to kill and eat you and you die in front of me, is that not just ensuring I skip straight to the eating bit?" End quote.
Right.
That's a question better posed to a possum than a snake. But I don't know, because that seems to be a species more famous for this. Kaiko, Ash, final thoughts?
No, I just think it's just a natural instinct, you know, to play dead, and it doesn't have the It doesn't have the intelligence to think, well, if I play that, I can still be eaten. It just wants to be avoided.
But on top of that,
alone.
I think some snakes still kind of have that intelligence that they can be trained to do certain stuff, like the little girl.
Well,
You know?
at least we're pretty sure that this is a natural sort of thing here, I guess. A thing that actually occurs in nature with more than just possums. Brain Spaz says, did they say generally non-poisonous? No, thank you. I mean,
right.
Non-venomous, I guess. I guess you can extrapolate that to mean non-poisonous, I guess. I wish we had a animal expert either with us live or like in the chat to basically help draw the distinction, if there is one to be made, between venomous and poisonous. Those sound like different.
It's the same. Being poisonous and venomous is the same, yeah.
What are you basing that on?
I mean, Pop says the similarity is it'll keep both of them are gonna kill you.
Well, but that depends on the type of venom. Like, so, like going back to the frog that we were talking about earlier, some naturally secreted animal toxins have like different effects.
Okay, so the difference is being poisonous means that whatever you excrete is toxic, and being venomous means that you excrete venom specifically.
The implication being venom is like different from venom is not
venom is an object of poison. You see what I'm saying? Like it is a poisonous object. If you want to call it an object.
Let me do something.
Substance.
Hang on.
Right.
Venom versus poison. Let me see what Google says on this. According to biologists, the term venomous is applied to organisms that bite or sting to inject their toxins, whereas the term poisonous applies to organisms that unload toxins when you eat them. This means that very few snakes are truly poisonous. The vast majority of snake toxins are transferred by bite. Okay, so that's where the distinction is. Venomous versus poisonous, the distinction basically boils down to the delivery mechanism. Venomous applies to things that bite. Poisonous applies to things that you consume.
But their toxins is venom, where you can't call the toxin poison. It's not poison. It's a type of venom. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, there's probably more research that can be done, but like the meter is kind of running. We have 8 minutes left before the top of the hour. If you want to read more on this, feel free to do your own Googling on this topic. And we have the link to the original topic and for this and all our other topics that we're discussing tonight listed in the description on the YouTube channel upload, and the YouTube version of this show, as well as on the Facebook version of this show. So feel free to do some Googling on your site if you want to learn more about this or any of the other topics we've been discussing tonight. Brain Spaz says, okay, non-venomous. Still no thank you. It wouldn't be a pet of mine. Agreed. 100% agree with you there, Brain Spaz. So let's move on. Next topic comes to us from NDTV. Let's see. Dubai man looking for job hands over resume to people with chocolate bar.
What?
I guess this is a bonus sort of, incentive to help this person get work, I guess. Never seen this done before. It's unique, I suppose. After failing to find a job on an employment website, a man from Dubai decided to hand out his CV with a chocolate bar to people at traffic signals. A note stapled to the resume read, quote, "I will be grateful to you if you help me to get a job. I wish you a beautiful day full of love and happiness," end quote. The note also mentioned his name and contact details. So, okay.
So if you don't have a job, how he buying all these chocolate bars?
Good question.
To give out for free.
A relative helping to afford it? I don't know.
No, I'm saying to give out for free. And he giving them away for free. So
yeah, I don't have an answer for that.
Listen, I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it because that's all his Halloween candy from years ago.
Well, I mean, we're only a couple weeks away, removed from the Halloween that we just had this year, so it doesn't have to be that old. It could just be stuff that just wasn't given away to kids. Let me go ahead and use this if they even you have Halloween in Dubai. Don't forget, this is not.
And then Oh, they don't have. You don't think they have Halloween in Dubai?
I don't know. Do we have any audience from Dubai? Drop us a comment. I'm happy
Please
to
let us know.
I
Hey,
don't know.
let me respond to this one with a dad joke. He's trying to find your sweet spot. He's appealing to your sweet spot so you can help him out.
See, go away.
Okay.
It's a dad joke.
All
That
right.
was a dad's joke.
It absolutely was. And it's helped by the fact that a literal dad was
There
giving
you
a dad
go.
joke right there.
There you go.
Let me do one thing here. Let me see. Is Halloween? I don't know how else to write this. Is Halloween a thing in Dubai?
Maybe it's an everyday thing.
I don't know.
Wow, they celebrate it on days.
There you go.
I guess if that's even with the same sort of connotation that it has, like in America, meaning like Halloween parties, costume parties, that sort of thing, giving away candy. I don't know. Let me see here. As with most holidays in Dubai, Halloween is an occasion the city takes seriously. Really? There'll be more Halloween deals in Dubai than you can shake a witch's broomstick at, so get ready to have your ultimate scary night out. Wow. Interesting. Okay. Ms. D says, credit for originality, but yeah, he's unemployed. How's he paying for the candy?
Yeah, right.
I mean, apparently this is that common enough in that local community, in that local culture, that maybe you just like borrowed some from like neighbors, I guess, or other supportive people, I guess. Clearly, Halloween is a thing there, so there you go. I guess that may be a question that answers itself for the most part, depending on what part of Dubai and like where this person sort of is in that community.
Yeah.
I guess. In that part of the world. I don't have a better answer than that, unfortunately, for this topic, but I guess feel free to do your own research if you're curious enough about this to learn more. But we do have to move on because we're coming up to the top of the hour here. We have 2-3 more topics left here. Next item is from Ripley's. Werner Hartl, I think that's how that's pronounced, that name, Werner, Werner. Werner Hartl creates beautiful paintings out of cow poop.
Wow. So why? Why did you choose that as your medium? That's just what? Stop. Stop.
Okay.
No.
So where's my Bob Ross impression? Happy clouds. We're doing happy clouds. Happy clouds.
No. I don't support that. I don't think that's cool that he's doing that. I don't know why he thought that was like, that's, no one's done it before, sure. No one's done it before. It's original, sure. Why? No, man. Nah. He could have used something else. Like, I mean, there's so much other things that you can use other than paint.
Wow. You can see like the details in the canvas. Oh my goodness.
He better have made a cow out of it. He better have drawn a cow. Is all I'm saying.
Wow. Wow. After collecting and bringing home a container of liquid cow dung, he experimented on it using Werner Hartl experimented with using it on various surfaces, including watercolor paper, canvases, metal, wood, and plastic. Soon he started crafting incredible artwork portraying some of Germany's most beautiful pastoral and agricultural landscapes. And then the first question asked is, do your paintings smell like cow manure? Werner says, when it is wet, the paint is a bit funky, paint being used in quotations, haha. But when it's completely dry, it doesn't smell anymore, he says. Okay. And then it goes into more detail, which I'm not going to read out in here, about how he fetches the cow's droppings. But anyway, that's a bit too much for people who may be eating dinner right now. But yeah, stinky art indeed, Brains Bad.
You know what I would say to him? I'd say your art is crap.
Ha! Where's control? Can we get a rim shot for that? Thank you. Rim shot. All right, let's move on. Let's move on to the next item on the docket, which is from Lad Bible. whole 5-foot alligator found inside Burmese python. We should have done this right after either right after or right before the snake that was playing possum. But anyway, yep, whole alligator found inside snake. Wow.
Wow.
A Burmese python found in Florida was killed, and when the animal was opened up, people were stunned to find an entire alligator inside the massive snake. There's a video attached to this, and it says here that the video features a huge snake being sliced open with another creature being pulled out of it. Yeah, we're not playing that here, but just take our word for it. It's graphic and it's extra. You can sort of tell from the bottom of the screen what you see here. They have some of the pictures here blurred out, I guess, for visually sensitive material. But you can kind of just infer enough, I guess, from what you're seeing here in these pictures. Kaiko, Ash, your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, listen, you know what would be weird to me? If I find an alligator with a whole python inside of the alligator. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Yeah, that's just this is one of those things that you don't expect to come across in real life.
Right.
This is one of those things that it's one of those like National Geographic facts that you read about as something that like maybe some sort of like zoologist or a scientist or whatever has sort of like done some sort of testing or figuring out about the animal's physiology, and they sort of do an educated guess about what the species is capable of. But you never expect to encounter something like this happening in real life. You never expect something like this to pop up in somebody's news feed in real life. And then next thing you know, one day out of the blue, you come across something like this where you go, holy crap, that National Geographic piece I read about when I was 12, that actually could happen. And apparently it did. Let me go ahead and throw up now because I didn't need to know about that. That's extra. This whole thing is extra, I guess, is the only real takeaway from that. Unless Kaiko,
I got it pulled up. I got it pulled up so I can watch the video when we get done.
Okay.
I need to see that.
Okay. Have fun with that. Meanwhile, those of you with other topics that you might like to see us discuss or react to, please feel free to drop us a line via the Contact Us form on our Linktree page, which is scrolling at the bottom of the screen, as always, linktr.ee/weekend showcase. Either if you have weird news headlines from the last week or movie trailers or game trailers and stuff like that, that might be fun to talk about on our Friday show. Just remember, please, nothing religious or political. Please keep your suggestions recent, within the last 7 to 10 days, and the trailer is under 5 minutes long, please. And that's basically it. Oh, yeah, and don't forget to like and subscribe and follow. And let's move on. We have one last topic before the end of the show here, which brings us back to NDTV one last time. Extraordinary, and this is in quotations, extraordinary video shows dolphins slamming into massive school of salmon. Here we are.
What?
The clip was captured on Thursday off Tura Beach in Australia by professional fisherman and tour guide Jason Moyse, who is also known as Trapman Bermagui. Bermagui? Not sure how to pronounce that. But anyway, this was first published. I can't tell where it's first published, but it was last updated earlier today, it looks like. IST. I don't know what that time zone is. IST, what is that? International Standard Time? I don't know what that is in relation to East Coast time. But anyway. So let's see. Watching dolphins in a clear blue ocean is a pleasant sight. There are several videos and images on the internet, blah, blah, blah. Okay, this clip was kept... Oh, well, all right, let me just say this. One such video showing 2 dolphins slamming into a massive school of salmon and causing chaos has surfaced on social media and left internet users stunned. The clip was captured on Thursday off Tura Beach in Australia by professional fisherman and tour guide Jason Moyse, which showed the breathtaking... he shared the clip on Facebook, which showed the breathtaking sight. The video is a broken link. This page has been blocked by Microsoft Edge. No! Is there a regular... Okay. No, that's a different link. Come on. I guess it's not quite visible here. That's the only link to this? Shoot! We can't show it! Well, maybe if we just straight up look this up in a different way. Trapman Burma... Let me just use a Google for this. I'm gonna try and pull this up this way, and then we'll shut this thing down. Trap man Burma GUI. I think that's how that's spelled. Dolphin salmon, and then we need Facebook video. Let's see.
That's it. I mean, they got 3 of the same thing, so that's it.
There's 3 of these. We don't know which one of them there are here. This one down here in the middle is the most recent one. Why the Dolphins didn't know. Well, let's try this one. Let's try this one first, I guess. Yeah. Okay, this is drone footage, it looks like. The context is, finally the Dolphins found one of the salmon schools. One decided to attack upside down. You can't really tell. This is a little bit blurry here. I'm looking at, okay, there's a couple of dolphins, I guess it looks like, on the right side of the screen. Here's another one in the center. Okay, I guess it looks like this big shadowy thing, it looks like might be the school that it was talking about, the school of fish.
Yeah.
You can sort of see how the dolphin in the center was sort of cutting through it.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, I just rewound a little bit. If you look really closely, you can see the shadow. You can see the shadow getting sort of cut through by these dolphins here.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, we had to see it, though. We really did have to see this.
Interesting. And you can see how it... Go ahead.
The article wasn't selling it to me.
Yeah, no. And if this is even the right if this is even the right video necessarily to
use. That's it. Yeah, that's it. I mean, that's him.
But anyway. All right, cool. So that's that video, I guess. From
Brains Fast says angry dolphins. They're not angry, they just trying to play.
Let's see. Oh, it was a different post. Very lucky today to be filming a monster school of salmon just as dolphins arrive and totally smash into them. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. I'll just go down. Oh, maybe this is it. Here it is. Let me see here. I'm getting like different international versions of Facebook here. This, I guess, is the Denmark version. Dolphin attack on the salmon schools. All right, let's just use this because I can't dig through this guy's page, because we got to shut this thing down. But let's see. This is another dolphin attack on the salmon schools.
This one's a little harder to see, but I guess that darker image is a school.
Yeah. Yeah, if you look really closely, you can see like the wavy patterns in the center of the screen. You can see like where all the individual fish. There's a lot of fish there. It's crazy.
Well, the dolphins just came up. You see that?
There it is. Yeah. Now you can see like it's sort of like slamming up against. You can see like where the dolphins sort of like movement pattern is running up against where the fish are.
The dolphins are very intelligent animals, so they're doing something with each other.
Yeah, let me go ahead and mute this because that will get us sort of blocked on YouTube. Here we are. All right. So yeah, these are salmon getting attacked by a dolphin, basically. Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yep, here it is. You can see it right there.
No.
There it is. You can see like right about here, basically.
Yeah.
This little indentation. And then these big splashes, those are the dolphins themselves. So there you go. All right, that's a little bit of an alternative sort of perspective on what happens in that kind of situation. All right, cool. So let's go ahead and shut this thing down. I think that's basically the last one that we have on the docket here. Yes, it is. All right, cool. So I guess let's go ahead and wind this thing down. Kaiko, what was your favorite topic for the night?
I think the one about the VR helmet.
The virtual reality headset?
Yeah, because I'm just trying to understand how this exists or how something like this could even possibly exist.
I don't know, just a bored inventor. I don't know.
It's more impactful than a world record to me, because I mean nobody is saying that this is a lie. Nobody's giving me any vibe that this is a lie. So I'm trying to figure out how come this even was created. Like, it's just baffling to me. Very baffling.
Fair enough.
You know?
Yeah, it's honestly baffling to me too, quite frankly. It's I don't but anyway, I will say, let's see. I think my favorite one I'm going to use is the snake one. The snake pretending to die. If I can get this thing up here. This thing. Oh, shoot. Wait, we had a video. Yeah, here it is. Here's the video. I just want to play this. I just want to play this one more time.
Yeah.
That's priceless. That's just priceless. That's absolutely priceless. That's my favorite topic for the week right there, honestly. Ash, what was your favorite one for the week?
Yeah, I agree with Kaiko. I think it's the VR helmet. I want to research that some more and see what that's all about. It just seems weird, interesting.
Well, if there's anyone else, watching who is similarly interested in that or any of the other topics for the night, you can check out the description on our YouTube and Facebook versions of this episode. We have all of our sources listed there. If you want to do research further on that or any of the other topics, feel free to look into that further in terms of getting more answers on that. So that is a wrap for this week's headlines. What was your favorite headline? Those of you at home watching along on our live feeds, drop a comment down below to continue the convo. Please visit us at Weekend Showcase on all major social media platforms or Linktree/Weekend Showcase to continue to like in the description to see it all in one place. And we will see you once again right here this coming Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific for another new trailer reaction show. We hope to see you then. But actually, before we go, we do have one last piece of unfinished business. Do we know what it is?
I know what it is.
What is it?
Run it up.
Run what up?
Run it up. Run that joke up, boy.
There it is, the dad jokes. I wanted to hear you say something in connection with that, basically, and also to help cover the fact that I mismanaged my ending speech. I forgot to bring up the the dad jokes reference. All right, so let's see. Trying to figure out a good thing here. All right, here we are. Well, I'm not sure if this is a good one necessarily, but it's worth a shot. All right, here we are. If you're feeling depressed, try drinking a gallon of water before you go to sleep. It'll give you a reason to get out of bed in the morning.
That's a joke?
Yeah, actually, come to think of it, that's not really a joke. That's just human technology. That's like, you have to use the bathroom. Wow. We had a toilet flush ready for that. Good call, Control. Okay. All right. How about this? Here's a good one. My doctor told me I was going deaf. The news was hard for me to hear.
Say it again.
My doctor told me I was going deaf. 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 The news was hard for me to hear.
I get it.
Slow clap from control room there. Yeah. There's the butterfly net. All right. There's your cheesy, unnecessary dad joke of the day. Right there. Anyway, so like I was saying, that's the end of our weird news stream right here on Weekend Showcase, live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, and Twitter. Thanks so much for watching along with us. Like I was saying, we'll see you once again right here Friday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 Pacific for another new trailer reaction show. Hopefully we'll see you then too. For now, I'm Don. With me tonight was
Young Kaiko, aka Mr. Peter Parker.
And Ash, stay cool and tune in next Friday.
Awesome. Thanks you both. And for now, be safe, and I hope you had a great weekend. Showcase you later. Good night.